Hey there, I'm James. Welcome to Game Stories, where we write games that tell stories. And in this episode, we are finishing up our work with the technical details of how to use ARIS. There's a lot more that this platform can do, but the stuff we're covering in these 3 videos, I'm pretty sure will give you enough know-how to develop and iterate on some location-based narratives. So the last thing we really need to know about is locks. And locks are a powerful tool for hiding elements of the game, revealing elements of the game, and hiding them again, depending on certain conditions that players meet as they play. So let me show you what I mean by that. I've simplified our scene here, and I just have one elephant plaque and one conversation with an elephant. And in that conversation, talk to elephant, we have 2 branches. Elephant says hi, we say hi. Then there's one branch where the elephant gives us some peanuts, and I've added an event already where the elephant gives the players 1 peanuts, right? I'm not going to change that. And then it ends. And then in the second branch here, the elephant doesn't give us any peanuts, just says see you later. What I want to have happen is for one of those options to appear when we don't have any peanuts, and the other option to appear when we do. So they won't ever appear at the same time. Though it's not like a choice branch, it's like a conditional branch, right? Depending on what the player has. So the way to do that, if we run this without any locks, both of these branches will show up at the same time, and I don't want that. So we're gonna have to lock them down. The way that works is we click on the choice and open the locks editor, add a lock. And the way that locks work is you're going to define a condition. If that condition is true, the lock will be open. If that condition is false, the lock will be closed. Condition true, lock open. Condition false, lock closed. So we want to define a true condition that will correspond with when we want the elephant to give the player peanuts. And that condition is player has less than 1 item called peanuts. If the player has less than 1 item called peanuts, they have 0 or -1 somehow, then the elephant will give them peanuts. And if the player does not have less than 1 peanut, if the player has 1 or more peanuts, then this option will not appear, right? Because this statement will be false. So let's save that. And now let's go over to this one. We kind of want the inverse over here, right? We want this one to say, if the player has at least 1 peanut, 1 or more peanut, then we want this to, then this will be true. We want this option to appear. If the player has 0 peanuts, shouldn't happen, or fewer than 0 peanuts, shouldn't happen. But if they have at least 1, then we're going to give this choice instead. So let's save that. Let's save here. Whoop, and you know what? I don't know that I saved over here. Is that lock still there? Yes, save it, and then also save in this window. Save everywhere. Now let's try it out. I'll be right back. I'm gonna load up my phone. Okay, here we are in the zoo where we can reach our talk to elephant thing. And I'm gonna click there. I'm gonna click on it and then view. Elephant says, hello there. Now at this point, I have 0 peanuts, right? So what should happen is I say hi. Notice I only get 1 continue option. It should take us to the screen where I get some peanuts. Let's see. Continue, have some peanuts. And I got some. Thanks, bye. Now when I go back, I have 1 peanut. So the first option should be locked down. Second one should be open. Hello there. Continue. Hi, elephant. Continue. Oh, well, see you. Oh, yeah, see you around. Okay, see you. Now I goofed up there a little bit because this line should have been said by elephant. So let's fix that real quick. Speaker, elephant, save. All right. Anyway, the most important part of that worked, right? We were able to lock down one option and open another one. and then lock down the first one and open the second. And that's handy because now you can have dialogues with characters in your game where you go there, there's a certain condition, they talk to you, maybe they give you some stuff, and then when you come back, they talk differently to you instead, right? So that's handy to have. Let's now go look at one more thing. Where are we? Scenes. Let's look at our plaque, our elephant plaque. And this is the one with the GIF. We are going to, though, lock this down as well. I may already have added a lock to this. Let's see. Yeah, I do. Okay, so if player has already exited the conversation, talk to elephant, then this will be true and the plaque will be visible. That happen? Oh yeah, it did. So I've added here. Let me just show you this. Let me remove that and I'll add it again. So here's our locks editor for the plaque, and we want this plaque only to appear once we've already exited the conversation with elephants. We have to go talk to the elephant first, and then this one is going to show up. Let me show you how to do that. We're adding this lock, and instead of saying player has at least or player has less than, we're going to go to player has already. Player has already, and there's some options here. Seen a particular line, viewed a different plaque, inspected an item, but we want to say exited a conversation with talk to elephant. So after you go talk to the elephant, this statement will be true, even if you only talk to him one time, and then this plaque should appear on the map. So let's save. Let's save down here, and then let's go test it. Okay, so here I am over by the zoo, and you can see that the elephant plaque is not in sight. So let's go talk to the elephant. View, hi there, hello, he gives us a peanut, thank you very much. And then when we pull out, we can see that this plaque has appeared, and now we can see the elephant GIF. Yay, wow. And if we go back to elephant, we talk to him, and he says, see you around, but gives us no more peanuts. All right, so that, I'm going to just do one more example of this to show you how to use it, but basically, that's all you really need to know about locks. I'm just going to show you how to piece together a couple of locks to make a little mini quest, right? Not a quest like is up here, but a quest nonetheless. So we are going to add one more conversation. Okay, let's edit conversations. Other elephant with the image, right? Not the one without the image. It's duplicating on me again. And in this conversation, this elephant is going to send us on a little quest. Oh dear, no. That would be regular elephant. We actually want a new character, and we'll call it Shadow Elephant. Name in the game, Shadow Elephant. And we want it to look like that silhouette still. So the first speaker is going to be Shadow Elephant. And Shadow Elephant is going to say, hey. And then the player is going to say, hello. Then we're going to branch, kind of like we did with the first elephant. But in this one, in one of these, he's going to send us on a mission, and in the other one, he's going to thank us for completing the mission. So in this continue, he's going to say, not us, but Shadow Elephant, I need you to go talk to Mr. Elephant for me. He'll give you some peanuts. Bring them back, and I'll give you a prize. We'll save that. And of course, we're going to say, okay. See you soon. And And that ends the conversation. Then when we come back, we want, oh, you know what? There has to be 3 options. Tricky. If we come back and we don't have the peanuts yet, then he's going to say, did you get those peanuts from Mr. Elephant yet? Come back when you do. Save that. And then the third option is going to be when we do have the peanuts, and Shadow Elephant is going to say, great, thank you so much for the peanuts. Here is a shiny penny for your trouble. I went ahead and made another object called penny. So we're going to add 2 events to this one. One is the elephant is going to take our peanuts, and the other one is the elephant is going to give us our reward, which is a shiny penny. So we're going to add a row here. Give to player, no, sorry, take from player 1 peanut, and then add a row. Give to player 1 penny. We're going to save that. And we're going to save the line. All right, so now we have to set kind of a complicated series of locks for each of these 3 options. And let's start with this last one here, because I think the first one and the last one are, I think, the most straightforward. Oops. Let's go back to conversations. Other elephant. And we are going to click on this continue button and lock it down. So this one only happens when player has at least 1 peanut, right? Save. Okay, so we finished the locks on the last condition, but now we need to do locks for the first 2. So let's start with this one, and it's going to be similar to the way that we did the locks for the conversation with Mr. Elephant. We're going to add one that says player has less than 1 item or attribute called peanut. So if player has 0 peanuts or less, then we should be able to see this line, right? But that should also be true here, right? We also want that lock here. If the player has less than 1 peanut, is one of the conditions for seeing this second line, right? Because these are both indicate that the player has not gotten the peanuts and finished the quest yet to bring them back. So what is it that's going to distinguish between them both? Well, for the first one, we're going to add a second lock to the first group of locks, which means this has to be true and this has to be true. So player has at least 1, or has less than 1 peanut, and player has not yet exited this conversation with other, oh dang. See the problem with duplication? I'm pretty sure it's the top one. Well, you know what? We can do better than that. Player has not yet seen conversation line. And we want it to say hasn't seen, need you to, so this line. So basically, player has 0 peanuts and hasn't seen this line yet, then this line is going to fire, right? Whereas this one is player has less than 1 peanuts and player has already seen conversation line. I need you to talk to elephant for me. So this is the line that gives the quest, right? And we're saving. So fingers crossed, this should work. If I don't have any peanuts and I haven't seen this line yet, then I'll get this line and he'll send me on a quest. If I don't have any peanuts, but I have already seen the line that sends me on the quest, then the elephant will say, "Did you get those for me yet?" And if I have more than one peanut, then neither of these will show. Or if I have more than 0 peanuts, then neither of these will show, but this one will. And he'll give me a penny. Okay? So, fingers crossed this all works out. And we're going to save everything. And let's go. I'll see you in just a second. All right, here we are over by the park, and we are going to talk to the other elephant and view. He says, "Hey." We say, "Hello." He says, "I need you to go talk to Mr. Elephant for me. He'll give you some peanuts." Okay, see you soon. We decide not to talk to the other elephant, the Mr. Elephant. We talk to the other elephant first. And he says, "Hey, hello." And he says, "Did you get those for me? Come back when you do." Now, every time I go back to him without peanuts, he should keep saying that. Yeah, so now I have to go to talk to Mr. Elephant. And he says, "Here's some peanuts. Thanks a lot." Oh dear. Oh yeah, I've got 2 locations on top of each other, which might make it hard. There we go. Other elephants. "Hey. Hello. Great. Thanks so much for the peanuts. Here's a shiny penny for your trouble." So if I look at my -1 peanut, there you go. If I look at my inventory, I should now have no peanuts but 1 penny. So that all worked. Now what might not work is if the player does things in a different order than I expect. If the player goes and gets the peanuts first. Actually, hold on just a second. I'll restart the game and I'll show you what I mean. All right, so I reopened the game and I'm restarting it now, and I just am wondering what happens if we go talk to the elephant first and he gives us a peanut, and then there's our little thing. I moved the location, and then we go talk to other elephant. He immediately takes it and says, "Here's a penny." That's not so bad. That's not a horrible outcome, and I could probably tweak this line so it sort of accounts for both situations, where he sent me on the quest or where I didn't know that he wanted these things and now I don't have peanuts anymore. Either way is okay, right? But keep that in mind, that you might not, in your story, that might not work out quite as well. So you might have to lock down the conversations themselves so they don't even appear on the map under certain circumstances. And I'll show you how to do that real quick here, and that'll be our last thing. Okay, so we want to go back to scenes, and we'll go to other elephants. In this case, I'm just going to have this elephant disappear completely once the quest is complete. Okay, so this will be true only if a player has less than 1 penny. This means that until the elephant gives us a penny, and we're assuming this is the only place in the game that we can get a penny, until we get that penny, this will appear. This will be true, and the conversation will appear. As soon as we get the penny, this will be false, and the conversation will disappear from the map. So let's save this and give that a try so you can see how conversations can appear or disappear, which can save you a lot of trouble narratively sometimes. All right, I will reload this real quick. All right, here we are with our 2 elephants. And let's just take the shortcut, and we'll get our peanuts from this guy real quick. And then we'll go over, now we can see this showed up. So that's still working, yay. And we talk to the other elephant, and he's gonna say, "Hello, thanks for the peanuts, here's a penny." And now he's gone from the map because the conditions changed. So we can't ever track him down and get our peanuts back. And that's it. That is how locks work. You can lock down pretty much anything that you can put on the map, and you can lock down individual lines of dialogue. It does take a little bit of careful thinking about exactly what circumstances you're trying to create, and it can get a little bit sort of like a little logic puzzle, right? Like, wait, under what circumstances do I want which lines to appear? But if you think it through carefully and then plot the proper conditions, then you'll have conversations that change and are dynamic depending on the circumstances in which you meet that character, what items you have, what lines of dialogue you've already seen, etc. Okay, and that is all of the ARIS we're going to learn. In the next episode, I'll probably talk about a little bit briefly about what to shoot for when you're making a location-based narrative game. What kinds of things should matter, what kinds of things should drive the player, and how do you integrate the location into the story in ways that make sense. So that's next time. Play around with these, and hopefully you don't get too stuck on the conditionals. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time.